some of us may not be able to invest in real estate or the stock market. Let's say there's a single mom out there who just lost her house. And so what are the first few steps to do to come out of her situation?
Okay, well, number one, I would say this is the best time because of the crisis to really start your financial education. This is the time to, there's basically 4 types of investments. There's business, there's real estate, there's paper assets like stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and there's commodities. So start looking,
What's a commodity?
Commodity, for gold, silver, copper, oil and gas, those are all commodities. Okay. So, and actually that's a very good point, because one thing a woman could do today, and if she doesn't have a lot of money, because I always say start very small.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't have the money, invest your time first in the education, then invest a little money. But right now what a woman could do is she could go out there and buy a commodity called a 1-ounce silver coin. Today it's going to cost you probably about $18. But the beauty of it is you now have this investment called a commodity called silver. And because you've put a little money down, $18, you can go online and watch, is the price of silver up, is it down, what's changing? You'll start to see articles in newspapers and magazines about silver and gold and precious metals. And just because you've put a little money on the line, you become this quasi-expert in silver. And
do you have an investment in gold?
I love gold and silver. I do.
What woman doesn't?
We all have
diamonds, whatever. But I have a question for you, too. What about investing where your passion is? I mean, for instance, I just invested in a small organic farm, just because that's, you know, my business is health and well-being. And, you know, and my investment guy was wonderful, because he was like, look, I need to know more about this. And I said, really, this is really enhancing my brand. It's really not about, I'm not looking at it to make me a huge amount of money at the moment. But the beautiful thing about what he said, no, I get that this is your what I'm saying is it came from me going, this is really what I want. Yes. And it was kind of, you know, I had to cross a line of kind of, did I have enough courage to make this investment? Because it was something that, you know, it wasn't by the books. But I feel great about it, and the projections are fabulous.
Where
it's
is
not
it?
that it looks. It's within 50 miles of my home, so it's in Ventura,
California.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because I wanted it to be close. Yeah. I wanted to invest close to home, because my whole thing is, you know, don't put a large carbon footprint. But that was my passion.
Yeah.
You've just brought up 3 key points of my philosophy, which is you've got to find the investment that interests you the most. Because so for me, I love real estate. My girlfriend, I talked to her about real estate for 2 years, and she never would do anything, but she was a CPA, and she loved being on the computer, so she took a course in trading stock options, puts calls, that kind of things, and she loved it. So she became very good at it because she loved it. She was passionate about it. So she put some money down. She also had a lot of fear. I had a ton of fear when I started, a ton of fear. Yeah. And I also love to invest close to home.
Right.
But especially when you're starting out, fear in the world of investing and money is very, very, very common. I was scared to death.
Yeah, I was really nervous. It was the first time I went, I really want to do this, but this is scary.
Yeah. But you felt the fear and did it anyway.
No, I did, and I'm really excited because what I'm growing on this farm, I'm going to put into my cookies, my cookie company and all that stuff. So I feel as though I'm making connections, but it felt like it was part of my life as opposed to an investment that didn't make sense to me. I don't, you know, it was a commodity that I couldn't hold. Or,
it's so smart if you can combine your business with your investment and have them mesh up.
I did okay.
And your passion is everything.
Let's talk a little mindset as far as, you know, number one, is it a good time to start a business right now?
I think there's so much opportunity. Right now, there's sales everywhere. I mean, it's like, you know, we women are good at finding a bargain. The stock market's having sales every day. The real estate market's having sales. If you know what to look for and you know what to do. Starting a business, I think, there was a quote from The Economist magazine, and it said, the next big growth boom will not be the internet, will not be China, will not be India, but will be empowering women. And I think that...
Really?
And I think it's all about women entrepreneurship. I really do. I think that's what I think. That's where I think it's going.
So if you just lost your job, now's your opportunity to start your own thing.
Yes. So you say start your own thing because, you know, there are so many other opportunities like Robert Kiyosaki was on Oprah years ago, and he mentioned network marketing is a good tool to use. Yes. There are many opportunities, internet market. Do you think that at this time, in addition to those things, but should someone go ahead and invest in their passion and say, this is what I'm passionate about, I'm not going to wait 2 or 3 years, I'm just going to go do it right now?
If they've got some skill behind them, or they have a little bit, I often say, don't quit, keep your day job, but start a part-time business. It's oftentimes what you do in your spare time that makes you the most successful. So you may want to start with a spare time business. That's why network marketing is often good, because you can get a great education. If it's a good company, they will train you how to be a good businesswoman. Right. So that's a good opportunity, because you want to learn. But I think right now is a really good opportunity, and with all the layoffs happening for a lot of women, I am seeing them jump in and take the opportunity to now start their own business.
Yes.
That's right.
Start their own.
Plus, if you're a single mom and you have kids, you can include the kids in the business too. I see that happening as well.
That's great.
Is there one thing that you've seen in us women that you go, you know what, that is different when it comes to becoming successful between men and women? And maybe men have it going on a little bit more in that area, and us women maybe have a little challenge with it. Is there one thing you've seen?
Well, I don't like to generalize, except I do see, women generally, typically are more nurturing. And I do see
and
them
more intuitive.
More intuitive.
More intuitive. I think that by going with, we really know, we know things that we're so afraid to voice.
Yes, you got to trust it.
And you have to trust it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you've seen that women trust it in business, or they don't as much?
It's probably the biggest mistake I've made in business and investing is when I didn't trust myself. Yes. That's when I screwed up. Yeah. But women tend to nurture, their business, they tend to nurture their investments, they nurture their employees, they want to see things grow.
Yes.
Where oftentimes men are more cut and dry, bottom line. I love the bottom line. I love to make money. I love that profit. But I also want to make sure that the people who work with me are growing. And actually in our business, we say to our employees, our job is to get you out of here. Because if you learn enough, you can start your own business, or you'll be investing so you're making more money. That's our job, is for them to leave.
So
are you good at your job?
No.
You're going to work on that.
So I just thought about
I'm not competent to do anything.
Personal question. So when you and your husband go to dinner on a romantic date, are you talking real estate only?
No, we're talking. Oh, so sad.
Who picks up the check?
It's real estate.
That's what gets them excited. That's what they do. Who picks up the check?
We are constantly, we've been business partners since a month after we met. Our conversations are about investing, they're about the business, they're about the next opportunity, they're about the economy.
Sounds sexual.
What is your I said it's sad. It's a little sad, but
what is your
we need to send you to Sheila Kelly for some S Factor.
But do you do that while dancing in a negligee? Just wondering.
There's a limit.
I'm sorry, what does your husband do?
My husband, we have a financial education company. He's best known for writing the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Yes.
When are you going to write Rich Mom, Richer Mom?
I have kids.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Well, you need to stop talking about investments and bank.
I know.
We got to work with you on the other stuff.
Sexy.
Not sexy category. Oh, we'll talk.
Okay.
So is it possible to actually, for us women who are going through a lot of financial challenges right now, is it possible to set a goal that in the next 2 years, even though as an example we might have just lost our house a week ago, that in the next 2 years we can turn it all around?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. It starts with the mindset that you can do this. It starts with not taking no for an answer. Oftentimes when people do have a foreclosure coming up, they just kind of say, okay, crumble, yes. And you got to fight back sometimes. There's a lot of people out there that'll just take the lazy way and the easy way. That's where your whole Rise theme comes from, in terms of this is an opportunity where you can grow. People have a lot of challenges right now, and if they get through those challenges, they are going to be stronger, tougher women.
Yes.
And I think that is what life's all about.
Yes.
Yes.
Don't we love that? We love that. Kiyosaki, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, I have to tell you, You know, Kim doesn't just go to any event. She's very busy, so I'm very grateful that she's here to share this time with us. Did you learn something
Kim.
today?
Thank you.
And also, I heard from Kim's publicist in the hallway that her latest book, A Rich Woman, she has one for all of you.
Yes.